This exploded our client results even more in our program with the women that we work with when I made this personal decision almost 18 months ago. So, roughly 18 months ago to this day, I had my last drop of alcohol. And I don't want to over dramatize this. I never was the person that woke up at 8 a.m. and had to crack open a cold one. It wasn't to that degree. But like so many people, especially the women that we work with, I'm the CEO of this company and I have a lot of employees. I have a lot of responsibilities. I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself. I probably arguably put more stress and anxiousness on my shoulders than I need to in reality. But I think we're all guilty of that. Right. And what would happen was, during the week, everything was on point. Then Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday fun day would come around and I would have some drinks. And it was just really became a way to escape for a little bit, just try to shut my mind off or numb it, if you will, and put the unmade decisions or the things I had to do or, issues I was handling. I could kind of forget about them for 24, 48 hours. And what the problem is like when Sunday, Monday, Tuesday rolled around, I didn't feel as good. I'm like, why did I didn't need to have, 3 or 4 drinks yesterday. And this cycle continued for, a couple of years. And I just decided, 18 months ago, like, I'm pretty self-aware and I realized like alcohol no longer serves me. The goals and the mission that I'm on in life and my company and, what I want to achieve, it doesn't really align. Matter of fact, it's, taken me off course. And I made that decision because what happened was also too, this internal battle for, years now. We had women come into our program who were very similar to me. They, have very stressful jobs. They work 50, 60 hours a week. They manage people at work, and then they come home and they have kids and they have, a husband and they have personal issues. And oftentimes they would, uncork a bottle of wine or two Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights and stuff. And they were kind of dealing with the same thing that I was. And here I was not stepping up and being a leader by example. So I kind of had this internal push pull that, with the women that we coach, I was telling them like, hey, alcohol might be holding you back. And then here I was, having drinks myself on the weekend and it was holding me back in my own life. So I made that personal decision, one of the best decisions I've ever made. And now I can truly step up as a leader by example for the women that we work with, because I'm very vocal about this. We have a team of coaches. As far as I know, at least I know for a couple of them, they never drink. And then I know my other coaches are not big drinkers as well. And we have an incredible community and a lot of women that we brought into our program. Culture, rising tide lifts all boats. And they see me talk, once in a while about not drinking. They see a coach make a post about not drinking. They start to see clients that have been in our program for a while who they share their wins in our community and they talk about how they've cut out alcohol completely or they significantly, cut it back. And we've just created this amazing movement in our program where very few of the women that we work with, will drink alcohol or they significantly cut it back while they're working with us. But what I tell clients up front is like, hey, you're a grown woman. We're not here to tell you what to do and how to live your life. Like if you want to drink. We really have to approach this in a couple different ways. If you want to, continue to drink alcohol and you want to, drop 40 pounds despite drinking here and there, cool. We're going to put you on the path that allows you to do that. Just understand your progress and your results might be a little slower. Or our story really resonates with some women and they're like, no, I want to lose this weight. I don't have confidence. I'm not happy. I'm tired all the time. I don't get good sleep. My digestion's terrible. I want to cut alcohol out. And they'll share that with myself and the coaches and maybe even post it in the community for all of our clients to see. And they go on this sober journey with us and their results are unbelievable. I didn't realize until I saw it in my own personal life. And then now it's been replicated with the women that we work with, how cutting alcohol out allows you to get to where you want to be so much quicker. Because think about it. A lot of the women that we work with, they have this goal of dropping weight. They want to improve their digestion. They want to increase their energy. They want to have better sleep. They want to have less mental health issues as far as stress and anxiousness. They want to look younger. Well, when you look at those items, does alcohol serve or take away from those? It takes away, right? Obviously. Now, I'm not saying like one glass of wine once a month is going to derail your progress. It really won't. But we work with women who are kind of all or nothing. Like, if they're going to drink, they're going to drink and catch a little buzz. So because of those character traits, often a lot of our clients just decide, especially when they're in our program. And then I've, kept in touch with many clients over the years as well here recently, and they still are not drinking alcohol. And the commonality is my life is better. I'm saving more money. I'm not making, silly decisions. My food, I'm eating better. I'm more active. My sleep is on point. I have very little to no stress anymore. And it's just been so rewarding to see this kind of micro movement inside our coaching program where these women decide to completely cut out alcohol or significantly cut it back. And it's been amazing to see. And the results that we're getting for these women have been so much quicker, and the results be so much more accelerated since started with me making this personal decision. I'm very vocal about it in our program. And now, like, all these other women in our program that have been with us for quite some time have kind of latched on. We've created this movement, and it's been so rewarding and fulfilling to see, because, some of these women don't have the best relationship with alcohol. They were maybe using it and abusing on the weekends, like I had a tendency to do it at times. And now they don't have as much stress. They feel better. They have more energy. They look younger. Their skin looks better. And they're saving more money, because anymore you go out, you have a couple drinks or whatever. I mean, you're easily probably, if you live in a decent sized city, you're dropping $100, right? So I've shared this before. A lot of women that we work with are saving a few $100 each month by cutting out alcohol. So again, my point of this isn't to push this agenda on you, but it's been very eye-opening and rewarding in our program to see the culture and these women coming together and giving up alcohol, because it starts with me being a leader by example, right? And I made that decision now 18 months ago for myself, and then I've been vocal about it. And then my other coaches have kind of opened up and shared that, yeah, I gave up drinking 5 years ago. I gave up drinking 7 years ago. I drink once a year on New Year's Eve. We had a coach that posted that. So they see these people who are fit like our coaches are and like myself, and they're like, these people aren't drinking. There might be something to this. I do feel like I'm sometimes self-sabotaging by what I'm doing on the weekend or my frequency and consistency with drinking alcohol, and they completely cut it out. And I've just seen this uptick in client results, women dropping weight quicker, looking better, feeling better, not having the midsection that they used to when they were drinking. They're overall happier. And it's been so amazing to create this movement that kind of happened by accident within our program. So just something that I wanted to share. And my point of this is, again, not to push this agenda on you or say you have to give up alcohol, but I think just to take a step back and really understand your relationship with alcohol. Is it serving you? If you have a health and fitness goal, is it really, sabotaging your progress? Could that be the missing thing that, holds you back? Because oftentimes when it comes to health and fitness, so many people get worried about, this supplement, I do this, or it's my hormones, or I got to, eat 6 smaller meals a day, or I got to start fasting. And sometimes the easiest lever to pull is that one right in front of your nose that you don't want to address. And maybe for you, it is alcohol. And maybe this video was a wake up call for you to maybe think about making that change in your life. Because all things else considered, we bring in a lot of women to our program. And every week I go through client results one by one to see, how much weight they've dropped the last week, this or that. And it's just been so amazing to see the results the last 18 months. And it continues to grow as well, where we have a lot of clients who are really, really either reducing their alcohol consumption or they're completely cutting out completely, and their life and their progress, their results, their happiness, their energy, their weight. I mean, it's exploding. It really is. So gives you something to think about. Only you can make that decision. I can just share what I've seen personally and then with the clients that we work with, and then you can take that information and do what you please. But hopefully that was helpful. We'll see you on the next one.